Tonight on Tom's River Schools Today, we will take a look at your upcoming weather.
And as always, have a look at some of the events from around the school district. Tom's River Schools Today starts in 2 minutes.
The awful names at the stick. You're never gonna fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did.
Hello and welcome to Tom's River Schools Today for Tuesday, October the 29th, 2019. I'm Samantha Sicardo.
And I'm Nicolette DePalma. Later on tonight, we will check out your weather and look at one child's costume that really pushes the envelope.
But up first tonight, we will take a look at our elementary schools in our elementary school happening segment.
Starting off our elementary happenings, please contact your main office for the times of any upcoming events.
Let's take a look at today's random fact of the day.
Hi, I'm Matt Abbott with TV21's Random Fact of the Day. Did you know that the Cat in the Hat's first name is Abraham?
It's time to take a trip around the world. In our second road trip, can you guess where we are today?
My mic keeps falling off. Port Authority bus with a passenger on board fell into a giant sinkhole Monday morning in downtown Pittsburgh. Aaron Martin reports.
It's been a day of waiting and wondering when this bus will be removed and the hit it will take to their bottom line.
Were you told right away, hey, you got to be closed, or what were you told?
Yeah, right away. Before we even opened, we were told, so there was a little time to react with the staff.
Sarah Masterson is the director of sales with AMPD Group, the company that owns several restaurants downtown, including 10 Penny, which sits at the corner of 10th and Penn Avenue, feet away from the sinkhole. For safety reasons, the restaurant was required to close and will remain that way for the rest of the day.
It's just a waiting game at this point. It's really more worrying about our staff than anything else, because they count on that money, and Monday is always a great day.
A nearby daycare was also forced to close, and Pittsburgh Public Safety Director confirming the children were taken to the Westin Hotel across the street. Several nearby businesses also lost water due to the sinkhole. For Masterson, all she can do is wait and laugh at a situation that is inconvenient, but she knows could have been much worse.
Is this one of those situations where you almost just have to have a sense of humor about it?
You do, yeah.
A Massachusetts father pulled an idea from his family tree for his year's epic Halloween costume for his son. Jason Law reports.
The big reveal.
Today's the big day. We're going to dress you up.
The moment when 15-year-old Tommy Hardy no longer sees his wheelchair. Instead, he sees himself in the cockpit, piloting an iconic Air Force jet, the SR-71 Blackbird.
The creativity in this garage is just amazing.
For the last month, Tommy's dad and friends have put in nearly 100 hours, using parts from around the garage to create this Halloween costume.
I think it's a great family tradition that we have.
Tommy has cerebral palsy. He's living with autism and is nonverbal. But Dad says he's your typical teenager who loves Halloween.
To watch Tommy light up, and not only watch him light up trick-or-treating as a kid, but also seeing the other kids around him just being so like, wow, that's an awesome costume, bud. They're not looking at him like he's in a wheelchair. They're just seeing an awesome costume, just a little kid going out having some fun.
In recent years, Tommy has been an X-Wing fighter from Star Wars, rode one of the dragons from Game of Thrones, and last year, stopped traffic in this Haverhill police car.
The real detail this year is the wood that we used to form the plane.
But this year's costume has a very special meaning for this family.
We actually got a photo of the SR-71 cockpit. So we cut that out, laminated it, and then also added my father and my mother from their military days.
Tommy's grandparents were both in the Air Force, and both passed away this year.
Trying to dedicate this costume to my family. My parents were huge supporters of what we did doing this each year, so we wanted to give something back.
Every year we just amaze ourselves. It's just a lot of fun.
It's now time for us to take a look at the dictionary.com word of the day. Today's word is airy, meaning the nest of a bird on a cliff or a mountaintop. And now for today's sentence. As he was hiking up the mountaintop, Bill stopped to admire the birds nesting in their eyrie.
Now we are going to take a short break, but coming up, we take a look at our intermediate happenings. We'll also take a look at the weather, so stick around. We'll be right back.
When I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide, where I stop and I turn and I go for a ride, till I get to the bottom and I see you again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you don't you want me to love you? I'm coming down fast, but I'm miles above you. Tell me, come on, tell me the answer.
Hello? Ken, I'm busy right now.
That's the way we get by, the way we get by. All that's the way we get by, the way we get by. That's the way we get by, the way we get by, the way. That's the way we get by. That's the way we get by. We found a new kind of dance in a magazine. Try it out, it's like nothing you ever seen. Your sweet talk like a cop, you know it. You bought a new bag of pots, so let's make a new start. And that's the way to my heart, the way to my heart. That's the way we.
Starting off intermediate happenings at Intermediate North School, apparel is available on display in the front entrance of the building. Order forms are available in the main office of the school.
It is now time for the environmental tip of the day. Each day will bring a tip that will save the environment. Let's take a look at today's tip.
Hi, I'm Ben Cagno, and this is your environmental tip of the day. Green to go, not brewing at home? Take a travel cup to your favorite Java joint. They may fill it at the discount.
Every day, this show will bring a tip of the day. So stay tuned tomorrow as we give another way to help to save the environment.
The power may continue. Oh. The power may continue to be out for residents in 32 California countries starting Tuesday. This, after thousands of Pacific Gas and electric customers lost power this weekend. As Doug Johnson reports, the situation has some city leaders calling on the state to do more for small residents who are taking a huge financial hit.
We don't know. We ask a lot of different sources. We get different answers, which has been really doubly hard on our restaurants and our grocery stores and our businesses.
Nevada City Mayor Renette Sinham says PG&E's public safety power shutdowns have been destroying her town's bottom line.
Right now, most people are feeling like they're being held hostage by PG&E, and it makes everyone very uncomfortable.
Power was restored, but PG&E says strong winds Tuesday night could force the utility company to cut power to customers in 32 counties through Wednesday and possibly into Halloween.
We did start notifying yesterday some customers that could potentially be impacted or could continue to see their power out.
That includes Nevada County, which Mayor Sinham says typically attracts a fair amount of tourists in the fall.
This has been a beautiful fall, and the leaves are now kind of being swept away a little bit from the winds. We still have some, but this is a very popular time of the year.
Already over the weekend, many Halloween events were canceled or didn't attract big crowds, and stores have been closed on Main Street throughout the weekend. That's why Mayor Sinham wants Governor Gavin Newsom and other lawmakers to declare a state of emergency, not for government agencies, but for private businesses.
Right now, we have businesses who have that 1 foot in a grave, and they really should get like a 0% interest loan to stretch out the damage, right, over the next maybe 5 to 10 years to pay that debt back.
Meanwhile, Mayor Sinham says she and City Council are exploring ways Nevada City can run its own electrical grid.
We have to get away from PG&E. They're acting criminally, and this is not for our best interest. This is for their bottom line. It's hurting us, and it's for their bottom line.
It is now time for another break. Coming up later in the show, we will take a look at your high school happenings.
Toms River Schools today will be right back.
Oh, so you are a fussy. Oh, so you are a fussy. do it all. Everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Starting off our high school happenings, attention student staff, the school store is now open to serve you. We are stocked with all your Raider apparel needs, including Champion and Under Armour brands. The store is open every day after school from 1:40 to 2. We also have Yoo-Hoo, Snapple, and water for $1, as well as many delicious snacks to get you energized for your after-school practices. Stop in soon. It's time to get Raiderized.
Attention Raider Nation. Long sleeve Raider Nation shirts are back in stock in the school store, or stop by to get yours for $15. Every Wednesday in October, wear your pink to show respect for those fighting breast cancer.
Anyone interested in going to the second history trip of the year to Valley Forge National Park and the King of Prussia Mall? See Mr. Cohen in E5B for a permission slip. The trip will be held on Sunday, November 24th, and will be available to the first 100 students who hand in their money and permission slip. The cost will be $35 and is due by Friday, November 15th. First come, first serve.
Need school advice from a fellow student but are too shy to ask in person? Ask the senior member of NHS anonymously through a question box in the media center. Just place your question in the box and then receive your answer within the next few days, posted on the NHS bulletin board.
Let's now take a look at what grinds our gears.
Hi, I'm Emily Lawson, and what grinds my gears is when you go to hibachi and you don't catch the food in your mouth.
It is now time for us to take a short break. After the break, we will take a look at our 3-day forecast.
Times for schools today. We'll be right back.
Bottles in the hotel lobby. Seems to me like I'm just scared of never feeling it again. But I know it's crazy to believe in silly things, but it's not that easy. I remember it now, it takes me back to when it all first started. But I've only got myself to blame for it, and I accept it now. It's time to let it go out and start again. But it's not that easy. But I've got high hopes. It takes me back to when we started. High hopes when you let it go. Crowded hallways are the loneliest places for outcasts and rebels, or anyone who just dares to be different. You've been trying for so long to find out where your place is, but in their narrow minds, there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, but listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Those words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone, and you're not invisible.
Am I supposed to look at this one? Yeah. Let's now take a look at our third day forecast. Coming tomorrow, it will be cloudy with a high of 72 and a low of 67. For Thursday, it will be rainy with a high of 72 and a low of 49. And finally, for Friday, it will be windy with a high of 56 and a low of 38.
Wrapping up tonight's show, animals can be unpredictable. A Texas man has seen an example of that. Twice, after a cow, the same cow, attacked him. The second attack led to a 2.5-week hospital stay. Stephen Okoli has details.
Greg Nolan knows
She can be a little bit psychotic.
but he takes care of his cow Belvia. That's in spite of her almost killing him last month. Her aggressive behavior started after giving birth to her calf.
Where she's turned into a lot meaner and more crazy animal.
In one attack, she cornered Greg and headbutted him. But 9 weeks ago, she got even more vicious.
When she got me down, she broke all my ribs on this side of my body, except for one. And she basically, my ribs punctured my lung and destroyed my spleen.
Greg could not move. Today, he thanks God for his renter, Sabrina.
If she wouldn't have been here, I'd have died.
She just kept hitting him, headbutting him. And I got this out from underneath him, and I took it right here and just beat her in the head with it as hard as I could. And
Greg spent 2.5 weeks in the hospital, initially in ICU. These scars left behind from his surgeries. Belvia is still here and cared for.
Try to get in there with you. She can hurt you really, really bad.
And she's still really, really aggressive.
For the most part, so you see how she just tried to butt at me.
He doesn't think she'll change.
No, I don't.
And you're just going to deal with it?
I'm just going to have to deal with it.
Why do you guys keep her?
Well, she's a registered Brayford, and I've invested a pretty good amount of money in her to buy her from my granddaughter. And again, registered animals are of a little bit higher quality.
Belvia was used in the past for stock shows when she was a heifer. Now Greg says she'll only be used to create offspring. Her babies will be raised for stock shows. Greg says the lesson here to share with others is to be mindful of the dangers a cow can pose once their halter broke.
Remember, if you have a story you would like us to cover,
or if you have an announcement about an upcoming event, please send it interschool mail to the TV studio at High School East, or you can email us at tv21@trschools.com.
Also, be sure to tune in to TV21 throughout the day to catch this show, as we will bring you stories from around the district. Also, please take a look at our website, www.trschools.com/TV21.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show. For Tom's Over Schools Today, I'm Nicolette DePalma.
And I'm Samantha Sicardo. Have a great night.